Coming up on This Week in Torrance, local police are making sure impaired drivers are off the roads. We'll tell you about a special enforcement plan throughout the month. Then a local community is bringing holiday magic to the South Bay. We'll take you there. And with Christmas and New Year's just around the corner, the Torrance Fire Department shares tips on having the safest holiday season. These stories and much more just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Jin Chun has the week off. Here are your top stories. The holidays are in full swing, and the Torrance Police Department wants the community to know they are out in full force. Torrance Police partnered with the California Office of Traffic Safety and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to get impaired drivers off the roads. Now, through January 1st, police are conducting what they call saturation patrols to look for drivers under the influence of alcohol or drugs, including marijuana, prescription drugs, and over-the-counter medications that could impair one's ability to drive safely. DUI checkpoints are also scheduled in Torrance during the peak holiday periods of Christmas and New Year's. In 2017, during the Christmas and New Year's holiday period, 25 people were killed and 643 injured on California roads. New data from the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority was released with startling information from the 2018 homeless count. According to the survey taken at the beginning of the year, 52,765 people were counted as Los Angeles County's homeless population. Streets were canvassed by thousands of volunteers. The count revealed a decrease for the first time in 4 years and a 4% drop since 2017. The report also found that 65% of the homeless population in L.A. County lived in the region for more than 20 years. Results also found 48% of homeless women to have experienced domestic violence in their lifetime. The next homeless count is scheduled to take place here in Torrance on January 23rd, and volunteers are still in need. To sign up for the Torrance deployment site, go to theycountwillyou.org/Torrance_. You can underscore count. You can find the staggering results from the 2018 count online. Go to lahsa.org. If you didn't catch it on the big screen, now you can watch it from the comforts of your own home. Universal Pictures Home Entertainment announced Unbroken, Path to Redemption's release to DVD and Blu-ray from the producer of Unbroken. The next installment of local war hero Louis Zamperini's inspirational true story can now be yours to keep. The story begins where Unbroken left off, the next chapter of Zamperini's life, where he returns home from the war to his hometown of Torrance. There he meets and marries his wife and struggles with life post-war. He eventually finds God, peace, and forgiveness. The movie was based on the best-selling book written by Laura Hillenbrand. It's one of the busiest times of the year for the Torrance Rose Float Association, and they need your help. As the float quickly comes to life, officials are in need of volunteers to help in their hospitality department. During decorating week, volunteers are needed to greet volunteers, serve lunch, keep coffee going, and the best part, just hang out and enjoy the company. The Torrance Rose Float has been a proud local tradition for 60 years. To find out how you can help, email info@torrancerosefloat.org. Well, with the holiday here, we have tips on how you can have yourself a sustainable holiday season. Bring reusable bags for shopping. Give gifts that are durable and made from recycled materials. Send electronic holiday greeting cards instead of paper cards. Freeze leftovers and request guests to bring their own to-go containers to reduce food waste. Reuse bows, ribbons, and gift wrapping paper. Find alternatives for wrapping gifts, such as wrapping with newspapers or fabric. Recycle your tree. After use, repurpose old holiday cards as gift tags, placemats, decor, or crafts. Provide rechargeable batteries for gifts that require them, and if at all possible, buy less and repurpose what you have. A holiday tradition continues, and volunteers are ringing bells for the Red Kettle Campaign. The Salvation Army's largest fundraiser continues, and they need your help. With less than 2 weeks left to support the Red Kettle Campaign, volunteers will be ringing their bells. All of the money donated at locations in Torrance stays within the city, providing services all year long. The Salvation Army Torrance Corps supports several programs within the community, including the food pantry, after-school care, vocational training, and meals for seniors, just to name a few. The campaign ends on Christmas Eve. This year's fundraising goal is $120,000. So far, they've raised about $50,000. You can donate in person at one of the 8 locations in Torrance or online, by mail, or by giving your time as well. The Salvation Army is always in need of volunteers, and for the first time, they are offering people a text option to sign up. All you have to do is text the number 41444 and text message Hope Rings. Well, it was another busy Torrance City Council meeting as they approved several motions, honored longtime employees, and enjoyed a live performance. The recent meeting recognized 2 longtime city employees upon their retirement. Rochelle Maurer of the Torrance Fire Department was recognized for her 27 years of service. Also, Rande Jacobs of the Community Services Department upon his retirement after 28 years of service. Congratulations to them both. Also at the meeting, members of the Torrance Civic Chorale performed holiday songs live in the chambers. The city also accepted and appropriated a $6,000 donation from the Torrance Chorale Friends for their annual concerts. Torrance Police Chief Eve Irvine also reminded everyone to drive sober or get pulled over. As mentioned earlier in the show, she shared on December 20th there would be a checkpoint from 8 p.m. until 3 a.m. at an undisclosed location, so to have a designated driver if you plan to have a drink. And Mayor Fury also announced Torrance's parking enforcement will be suspended, issuing citations for street sweeping starting December 16th through January 1st. The council also moved to vote in favor of hiring a consultant to help revitalize downtown Torrance and bring more foot traffic to the oldest part of town. This motion carried 7-0 in favor. If you missed any part of the meeting, you can catch it online anytime just at the click of a mouse, or you can tune in to Torrance CitiCABLE for a rebroadcast of the meeting throughout the week. Well, still ahead, a spectacular performance at a local middle school you won't want to miss. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Don't go away.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
A unique performance at one local middle school took guests back in time for a special night.
We truly are a family. This production has been months in the making. Actually, I guess we could say we've been planning it since the day after our last show last year. And if you can see around, we have welcomed our guests into Castle Madrona. We have transformed our school cafeteria into the grand hall of Castle Madrona. It takes an entire village to make this happen. I am so blessed to have an incredible group of parents and grandparents and community members that have all come together to make this production possible for all of our students.
That was music director Allison Snyder from Madrona Middle School talking about the second annual Madrigal Dinner and Show. This musical treat featured student musicians and thespians with 120 members, including instrumentalists and vocalists. They have been hard at work rehearsing for months for one of their biggest fundraisers of the year. The medieval-themed musical takes guests through a journey with the main character Rapunzel, the classic fairy tale princess who's known for throwing her long hair down the tower for the prince to rescue her. This musical had twists and turns in the plot and kept the audience laughing and entertained.
I think this production is a really amazing opportunity for us because the Madrona Music family has to fundraise all of our funds so we can perform and go to places. So this production really worked out for us last year. It was a different play, but it was really fun for everyone, and it's just an amazing opportunity to be able to do this.
Congratulations on another successful show. Well, the City of Torrance hosted another successful free used motor oil filter exchange at AutoZone in Torrance. From 9 a.m. until 1 p.m., local residents brought in their used motor oil filters to receive new ones. Torrance residents were allowed up to 2 new filters that day. In an effort to make motor oil and filter recycling as easy as possible, AutoZone throughout Los Angeles has partnered to offer these free filters. The city encourages Torrance residents to participate in these types of recycling events. And if you missed this one, there are future events scheduled. Find more information at recycletorrance.org or call 562-944-4766. A fast food chain is cutting the use of antibiotics in the beef they serve. McDonald's announced recently their plans to reduce antibiotics use over the next several years. While it won't happen right away, the food chain giant says they will first partner with beef producers to better measure and understand the current usage of antibiotics. Then, based on the results, they will set reduction goals by the end of 2020. Antibiotics are given to animals to keep them healthy on farms. Health experts say the problem is when humans eat the treated animals, it can lead to antibiotic-resistant bacteria and drug-resistant infections in humans. McDonald's has also taken steps to reduce the use of antibiotics in its chicken supply in the United States and are working on it globally. An essential women's product is being recalled for being defective. Kimberly-Clark Corporation issued a voluntary recall for some of their U-Buy Kotex sleek tampons' regular absorbency after reports of the tampons unraveling or coming apart during removal. Some consumers reported seeking medical attention to remove tampon pieces that were left in their bodies. The recall affects specific lots of tampons that were manufactured and distributed between October 2016 to October 2018. The tampons were sold throughout the United States and Canada. For questions, visit youbuykotex.com or call 1-888-255-3499. With Christmas just 2 weeks away, we spoke with Ellery Sanders, fire prevention specialist from the Torrance Fire Department, to get some tips on avoiding fire hazards this season.
There's multiple hazards that everybody should be conscious about. One is the placement of a Christmas tree. Another lookout point is based on holiday decorations, based on the Christmas lights. To make sure if you're going to hang any lights, don't staple the actual wire to make sure that it's wrapped around a hanger, and also do that in the daytime. And you need to also watch out for children. Make sure that don't have any open flame device, like as it's candles, matches, or any type of lighters. Cooking is one of the top fires that happens in the holiday season. I understand that people are distracted. A lot of family gatherings are happening. At the same time, the cooking material is being left unattended. So make sure that you attend to any type of cooking inside the house. Also make sure that you have a fire extinguisher around the kitchen area. And if you do any type of outside cooking as a deep fried turkey, make sure it's 10 feet away from the house.
To get more holiday safety tips, go to torranceca.gov/government/fire/safety tips. Now let's get to some upcoming events. On Saturday, December 20th, the Salvation Army will host their annual Sharing is Caring luncheon in partnership with American Honda, the Torrance Marriott Redondo Beach, and the Torrance Salvation Army. Will treat families and children to a first-class holiday meal and, of course, toys for the kids. Doors open at 11:30 a.m. For more information, contact Robert.Brennan at usw.salvationarmy.org or call 818-648-9098. And speaking of the Marriott, if you're looking for a place to celebrate the holidays without the hassle of cooking all day, then head down to the Torrance Marriott, where they're offering an amazing holiday menu just for Christmas Eve, Christmas night, and New Year's Eve. To get more information, you can go to 21 Square at the Marriott in Torrance. Now, let's go out to the sports desk and see what they have in store for us. Danny, Cedric, what's the latest?
Hey Torrance, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk.
We've got scores from this week's basketball games, as well as some career-high shout-outs.
Then we're going to hit the fields and catch up with the Saxons and Spartans soccer teams.
Plus, the Warriors basketball team gets into the holiday spirit as they host the toy drive in their very own gym.
Make sure to tune into the Sports Desk starting Tuesdays, 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on City Cable.
Thanks so much. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. We'll leave you with highlights from seaside neighborhood Sleepy Hollow. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.